I had said this before. This is not the last time we're going to hear from Darrell Brooks, right? Now, Darrell Brooks is going through another court case. Now, we know that he was convicted and sentenced to life without the possibility of parole, but he has another case that he has to fight as well. And so we're going to go over that, and I'm going to give my reaction. This video is about 7 minutes long. But I was reading his title here. It says, Darrell Brooks may represent himself in the Milwaukee cases. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if he represents himself. I would not be surprised. Like, why not? He has nothing to lose at this point. He's already spending the rest of his life behind bars without the possibility of parole. Now, it says here, Darrell Brooks may once again represent himself at trial. The Waukesha parade killer was back in court Thursday for a pair of Milwaukee cases, which happened before the parade. Now, Brooks' attorney said that either Milwaukee case goes to trial, Brooks is prepared to act as his own attorney, like he did in the previous trial, and we see where that got him. We also did discuss that at some point, Brooks may be making a point to proceed pro se, but we hold off on that in a scheduled status date to see if the parties can reach a resolution. Milwaukee County Circuit Judge David Feast said, now Brooks is already serving a life sentence, as we know. So let's go into this, and I'm going to give my reaction. This is the first time I'm actually watching this video. So let's see what's going on with Brooks.
I'm just fine. Thank you for asking.
And why is he coming into court in a wheelchair? Is something physically wrong with him?
I understand.
Gotta take it how it comes, though.
I hear you.
See, he hasn't had a haircut. The judge is like, here we go.
Brooks, case 20 CF 25.
Okay, here we go.
Appearances.
Attorney Robert Hampton appears with Attorney William Registrar with Mr. Brooks. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. We are on the calendar today for a status hearing. Mr. Brooks' case was last in court on November 17th for a pretrial hearing. At one point, we did have a December 12th trial date in the matter. That was postponed to give the parties, I think the state needed some additional time at that point. So we were set for status. I did have a conversation with the lawyers in chambers before we went on the record today. My understanding of the parties' positions is that at this point, there's not a resolution in this matter, but there's also not been a decision by either party that this can't be resolved, and that Mr. Cord needed to conduct some additional follow-up and would then confirm an offer to Mr. Brooks and his counsel.
Yo, if he say subject matters jurisdiction once in this, I'm gonna lose it. That just came to my mind.
And then Mr. Brooks could decide whether he wished to accept that. We also did discuss that at some point Mr. Brooks may be making a request to proceed pro se on this matter, but I think the discussion we had was that we would hold off on that and set a scheduling status date to see if the parties can reach a resolution, and then if they can't, the court would need to address that issue as to representation. Does that accurately capture what we've talked about, Mr. Core?
Yes.
Mr. Hampton?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is that acceptable to Mr. Brooks today?
Yes, sir.
All right. So my thought would be we'll go out about 30 days, and at that point, if If the parties are able to reach a resolution, great. If not, we'll put this back on the trial calendar, and then we'll have a discussion as to representation.
They're not going to reach a resolution. I think he's going to represent himself. Why not? He has nothing to lose. He has nothing. If anything, he should have represented himself in this case and went with the lawyer in that major trial. But yeah, he's definitely gonna represent himself, and you know they're gonna televise it, so he's gonna be right back in court. We're gonna go through this all over again. Excuse me, Your Honor. I would like to argue subject matter jurisdiction in the plaintiff.
At 1:30?
Is the plaintiff in court, Your Honor? So they said 30 days, right? So he's going to be back in court in 30 days. I'm going to remember that to follow this. Darrell Brooks, man. And shout out to the person that came in the live chat and reminded me of this. Shout out to you. I forget who it was.
All right, March 23rd at 1:30. Yes, I'm already here. Well, no, I'm here early, and later that day, but 1:30 is fine, yeah.
The next hearing is scheduled for March 23rd at 1:30 for a status conference. That hearing will be held in person in room 113.
I'm going to tell you in a second why I think he's doing this.
Thank you very much, Mr. Corey. Anything else we need to address today?
Thank you.
Mr. Hanson? All right, thank you very much, Mr. Brooks. I'll tell you what I tell everybody who is here. Stay safe and try to make good decisions.
You too, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good to see you again. See you soon.
Good to see you again, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Hanson, I think you have another one, right?
Text me today? Hold on a second. I don't have my calendar. I forgot which day.
I think it was Purcell.
All right, my first question is why the wheelchair? Did something happen, or is he like a live wire in jail? They got to strap him down just to contain him. I want to know. I'm interested in why they have the wheelchair. Maybe they feel the need that they have to restrain him. Now I want to just talk about why I think he is going pro se here, like he went pro se in the last case. He just don't trust the public defenders. I guess he think that they're all working in cahoots together, and they don't really care about him, and they don't really care about his case. And I think that's why he's doing it. But the thing is, the person that I'm following right now that would probably represent himself and I'd be okay with it is Alec Murdaugh. That's the only one. I mean, he's an attorney. He used to be a prosecutor. If he wanted to go pro se, I would be okay with it, because I know that, even that though is still kind of risky. But at least he know what he's doing. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. He do have a little bit of experience though. He did represent himself in a full trial that nobody's going to forget. But so that's Darrell Brooks. I'm going to follow it. I think when they come back and for another hearing, I'm fully expecting him to represent himself pro se. He don't have anything to lose. What say you? Drop a comment below. Let me know how you feel about it. Give us a like. Please subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can get an update on our latest content as it drops. Feel free to share, but give us a like though. All that'll be greatly appreciated. Guys, until next video. Peace.